We're here at episode 2 of the EntrepreNerds Podcast.
Yeah.
How you doing, Timo?
Doing well.
From last
I can't believe it's already episode 2.
Yeah.
Journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. So, you just got to start out there.
Right.
So.
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I know we just start, put these out there. We got a lot of great feedback from the first one.
Yeah.
We want to continue to giving you guys information, tips, tricks, and also create a community as well. We're kind of finding that when business owners, entrepreneurs kind of come together, it can help their creativity, having the right people around you. And we're gonna talk about a lot about that right now. So
all right.
So
what's our topic today?
Yeah. I mean, with creativity, our topic is going to be creativity in business.
Okay.
I feel like I find myself constantly reminding people that you are creative. Like they may think that, I'm doing some office job or something like that. I'm not creative. You're creative. You do video.
Yeah.
You're creative. You do branding and logos, etc. And I remind people that when you think outside the box or you try to do something different in the intention to make things easier, make things more efficient, you're creatively figuring out solutions.
Yeah.
So a lot of you listening out there, you are more creative than you think.
Yeah.
Timo, what would you say are ways that people could kind of tap into that creativity?
Well, I've gone through quite a journey in the last, I would say, 2.5 years or so. Some just walking out some personal things, but just realizing the creativity that's inside of me. One of the things I growing up, I was very like an analytical person, and I had to know the numbers. I had to know the starting of stuff. I had to know like information on things. Like I just read up on things and researched and all these type of things. So I always thought I was very like, that I wasn't a creative person, because in your mind, you think of creative people as you're the artist painting,
right,
and you're creating all these amazing like videos. Like I see you sometimes, I go like, oh man, these videos are crazy, or you the musician that's out there. So anytime we hear of creatives or we think of creative people, we think of Van Gogh, we think of Rembrandt, all these type of guys, and not realizing that creativity is in everything. I used to know this guy that I worked with, and he would design all these things, all these, like he would see like a logo, for instance, and be able to replicate it in wood, like, or in like, a poster or something like that. And when you ask them, man, you're so creative or whatever, he goes like, what? I'm not creative. He goes like, I just measure everything. He goes like, I just know how to do math. So I'll measure everything out and then be able to replicate it on whatever medium he chose to do. But he was a creative person, but because he thought it had math involved, that he wasn't a creative person. Right. But people that know statistics, who do accounting investigations, whatever you think is the most mundane thing, use creativity to solve problems. And that's what I think, if you're a spiritual person, you realize that we are created. God created us to create and to create, to problem solve, to find solutions. It's in our innate desire to want to find a solution for problems. And I think creativity leads to that. And it's a great segue to solve issues in your business. I think that's where I love creativity because of that.
Yeah, I think creativity would, like we're seeing, would definitely help to just stand out in the marketplace, stand out in your town, whatever you may be doing, through marketing, through content creation. There's a lot of tactics, a lot of strategies people could use use creativity to create things that will help them to stand out and make an impact in their market. And I feel like, we'll talk about different strategies and different tactics and things like that. But based on the people we've been working with, would you say, like, just to give everyone an example, would you say there's anyone that we've been working with recently that we've helped bring them to a new level of creativity? I
say one of our recent clients, the Reconciliation Academy, shout out to them. We just worked with, they were doing music in the city for quite some years, and they wanted to start a music school, but they had the logo already. They had the brand idea, the ethos of why they're doing it, all these type of things, but we're stuck in certain places. So like how do we get a system in place? How do we market it to people and all that type of stuff? And it's still a journey getting that off, moving forward. I shouldn't say off the ground because it's already off the ground, but moving it forward. And sometimes you need, and I'll segue to this, is like sometimes you just need the right people around you to spark that creativity. If you're around people that are negative, are ones that's that never can be done, that can't be done, that why would you do that, right? And I've talked to people. I wouldn't be where I am if I listened to negative people. You need people around you that says, yeah, you can do it. Right. You may be off a bit on that, but you can do it. Like not to temper, because you need people that bring clarity but not negativity. So if they're not bringing clarity, then they're not really helping you in that way. But if someone comes along, and let's say I spit an idea to you, and you bring clarity to that. Whoa, have you thought about it this way? What about this or whatever? That's clarity. Right. But when I come to you with an idea and I just go like, I don't know if you, do you think you should really be doing that? Whatever. Right. That doesn't really help, right? So I think one of the things to unlock creativity around you is definitely have good people around you. They say that you're what is it? You're the average of the 5 people around you. So kind of change the dynamics by having the good people around you. Changing your environment. Sometimes we hear these old country songs where it goes like, I left a small town to go to the city. There's a reason for that, because sometimes people are stuck in their old ways and they don't want to, they don't see things in a different light. So sometimes you just need to put yourself out in a different situation to spark that creativity. So let's say you got this idea for a business and you think it's going to revolutionize the industry. Well, start getting more involved in that industry. To start like putting yourself in places to understand if your product is going to actually do something. Right. So once you have that idea and you're able to, get outside of your comfort zone, get out of your, get off the couch, go in the forest, go somewhere to spark creativity. Go for a run. Go to a different restaurant. You're always going to McDonald's. Maybe you need to try somewhere else. And I think as you try new experiences, one of the things I wasn't a travel person, but I started going to different places, and it sparks. Oh, people think differently in this area, this culture. Like learning about different cultures, different things like that, all spark creativity. Right. So if you you're feeling stagnant in your creativity, maybe you got to change your surroundings, your environment.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I think kind of take using a different example of someone else we're working with. Taste of the Grill. Okay. In Innisfil. Yeah. They're still my number one Caribbean restaurant. Yeah. Ever since I went there, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And what they've done, they've used creativity to kind of be different, especially in their market, in their area, in Innisfil, a Caribbean restaurant in the middle. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they definitely have kind of stamped their identity out there, right? And been creative on the type of dishes that they're making, even, right? Right. Kind of mixing Caribbean with kind of more high class delivery, how they kind of do things there, and us working with them, kind of thinking of different tactics and strategies
to help them grow,
creativity, and being creative, to do that. For example, kind of talking to them about the different events they can do, right, to create some kind of constant. People constantly coming into the restaurant, and on specific nights, and capturing that, growing their email list so that they can, do different email blasts, doing different things that other restaurants aren't doing, so that they could have a competitive edge in the market. Right. And people may listen to that and be like, "Oh, that's creative." I know they didn't make like some like nice art thing in the restaurant, or they made like some big video or anything like that. But like being creative in business is simply just doing something that other businesses aren't doing it in a creative way, something that's out of the box, and then seeing the result from it.
Yeah. No, I like that. I think, it's breaking out of this mold of saying, things have to be a certain way, or, I was talking to someone the other day, and it's like, oh well, we have to get our we have to get our music through this, and it takes us time to do this, and all this type of things, and I'll go like, why, like, another person I was talking about is like, I need to have this in place and this in place and all these type of things, and it's like, no, that stops you from getting your business off the ground, or doing different things like that. So I think, and it's kind of the creativity or the creative trope, if you will, where we lay off, the shackles of society, and we're maybe we're against the government, or we're against the society norms or whatever. But in some ways, that's kind of what it is. You gotta like get outside of the confines of something, because somebody else was creative that set up those things to make it work. Like this was a solution for a problem at that time. Sometimes that solution needs a new solution, and needs a new approach. So sometimes you got to lay off the stuff, lay aside the confines of doing things, and say, how do I think about this in a different way? Just we see the basketball this way. Maybe you got to turn it around to see the Wilson on the other side. It's just just a different perspective, and come at a different approach. And I think, though, we're talking about coming with different approaches. But I mentioned in our last episode, but a good book that I'm going through right now is called Finish by Jon Acuff. And one of the things he says, perfectionism says that if I take a shortcut, that it's not worth it. That I didn't actually gain anything. So if I go and follow, this other person's path that they did, then it's not just I didn't cut my own path. I didn't, I didn't make my own way or whatever. Or if somebody name dropped me somewhere in a room, then I didn't really work for it. Kind of mindset. And sometimes creativity is kind of just doing it how it was, in some ways. And then adding your spin to it. It's like cooking. I love cooking. And, sometimes you have the recipe there. You're going to follow it, the same ingredients. But how do I add my spin to it? So it's you don't necessarily have to find a whole new recipe to start off with. But how do I just add my flavor? How do I add my energy to it, basically, and transform into something new?
Yeah, no, I like that. I think, why don't break don't stop anything that's not broken. Don't change anything that's not broken.
If it ain't broke,
don't change it. I said that like three different ways.
But modify it.
Modify it. Like have your own character to it. And then see how it goes. Because at the same time, when you're adding your own character, you're adding your own spin to it, coming from you personally, I feel like that's what will also help you in the marketplace, in the fold, because nowadays people connect more with a person than the business, right? Like, say Amazon. I feel like who's following Amazon's like Twitter or Instagram profile, but then look how much people are following Bezos. They care more about the person behind it. So I feel like when you're able to kind of add your own fold to it while being a face of your business as well, I think that really helps. Helps as well.
A side note: there's a business tip for you guys. If you have a website, put your face on it. Okay, it's you. People want you. They I was telling a friend of mine, I go like, there's music schools all over, Toronto. There's music schools all over Ontario. No, they're booking because of you. And if your face is not on there, then they don't know who they're booking for, right? So this is a quick business tip for you guys there. Like, if you have a website, I know you're camera shy. You don't want to be in front of camera. You don't look good, whatever. Hire a good photographer, get some good pictures, and put it on your website.
Hey, like I was saying before, you have to be uncomfortable. Right now, this is what we're doing. We're putting our face in front of it because, people people want to see us. They don't want to just see our logo and then the website.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool that they do that. But then we're the one that was working with them, right?
Yeah.
We're the one that's gonna creatively figure out things for them, build them systems, etc. So we're doing the same thing, and kind of going back to even that same company, helping them launch even. They just launched a few weeks ago, and using creatively figuring out strategies to promote through video and things like that. I know, like, we had a quick turnaround on the video, and it kind of like blew up, and helped them get a lot of views, a lot of traction, allow people to kind of see what it actually looks like. There's so much that you can say, like, hey, I'm opening a this or I'm opening a that, but then seeing actual visuals, they can more see themselves in that space and have more of an idea of what to expect from it. When people saw how good the studio was and everything like that, they got a lot more. They got a lot more inquiries and things like that, and kind of seeing, Matthew, the owner of it, and saying like, "Hey, your face needs to be in front. We need to put you out there. We want to show people what you're thinking, how you're, like your heart behind your business." Sat them down, asked them some questions, and then created some content from it so that we can share it and help them get that competitive edge over other ones. Because he said, like, the next day, his friend called him and said, like, "Oh my gosh, you just started your music program, and like you have videos and content and everything already." And I feel like like you're saying, with the right team around you that can help you unlock creative things or even do the creative thinking for you. You could unlock new levels for your business.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I heard a research the other day. I'm not sure where the source is at the moment, but the Gen Z and Gen Alpha, because everything, we love AI, we love that kind of stuff, but because a lot of things are getting AI generated, songs, all of that, movies, like all kind of things are being AI generated nowadays, that they're looking for authenticity. So if your business doesn't seem authentic, they drop you. Right. So, AI could write a song, AI could sing a song, but AI doesn't have the soul. I'll follow an indie artist because of their soul, the way they sing the song, the passion that you listen to someone and you go like, man, I hear the hurt in that. Oh, I hear the joy in that. I hear whatever. That's authenticity. So with your business, bring the authenticity, your flavor, your way of doing it. That's what's gonna people resonate with your business. So yeah, and same thing with your creativity. How can I put myself into this craft, whatever it is? Because as you do that, it resonates with people. They see the authenticity.
And another kind of tip, kind of going back to the people around you, utilizing the people around you to create opportunities for you both to grow. So I feel like a lot of times business owners, entrepreneurs, we're like, this is me, I gotta do it myself, I gotta figure out everything myself. I think we need to stop doing that as much and start to utilizing the people that and create collaboration through different things. So say a restaurant collabing with a dating coach or something like that. She now does an event at the restaurant, promoting bringing people into the restaurant, having good food, talking while at a date or speed dating or something like that, and kind of utilizing each other. Then her having to get a studio, pay for this, do this, the restaurant still waiting for people to come in the door, kind of find. I feel like we have to have more community and creatively think of strategies how we could help each other grow. Because now you're just like how you collab on social media. Well, you post something and you're collabing with this person. That person is now seeing those followers are seeing the content from the other person, right? So the same way in business, I think we need to creatively think of different strategies and different ways that we can help to collaborate and both gain from it.
And I think to your point, like the creativity aspect or perfectionism, like I was saying earlier, says that I got to figure it all by myself. You know why a starving artist is a starving artist? You know why? because they haven't teamed up with a business person.
Right.
Right. So they're this tragic artist that's doing all the work or whatever, have no distribution lines, have no way of putting their product out there. Just talk to a business person.
Right.
They're going to put you on the map. But because you have to be in your stuff, oh, my craft is just the artistry.
Right.
Okay, maybe your strength is in business. That's okay.
Right.
It's in your craft, right? Find somebody else that that does it. Collaborate, network. Those are not swear words. They're not bad words. Like do the collaboration with people.
Right.
But people say if I collaborate, then and we got up to the top because we both collaborated. Then it wasn't me that got to the top, and it's this pride thing that says, no, I want to make it to the top. No, I'm bringing everybody with me.
Yeah,
like we all eat. Right. It's like. I rather our table that everybody's at the table than I'm by my table, at the table by myself. Like to that is like, okay, if maybe creativity is in the collaboration, maybe it's in spending time with people. Maybe it's I'm throwing ideas to you and you're throwing ideas to me, and let's work on this together. And again, sometimes we get so much in our own bubble that how many great ideas are out there that are just staying in our own minds because we didn't say it to somebody else.
Right.
And find people that are safe. Just don't go and talk to granny that's gonna always shoot down your ideas all the time. No, find safe people that are gonna to uplift you at the same time, and then spark that creativity within you, and then do some collaboration, some networking.
Oh, that's good. And I think it's also a mindset shift as well.
Yeah.
I think you have to really spend some time and say, hey, what am I doing here? A recent project I did, I was doing a music video, and the people in that music video had different backgrounds. One was like a product manager, one was this, one was that. And, if I said, hey, I'm doing this on my own and I'm figuring out how I'm going to produce this, and not see little things that they saw because of the different way they see things.
Right.
And collectively come together and being like, oh yeah, the light's over there. Maybe it should be like this. Oh, that person is this. I'm trying to produce something. I'm listening to sound and making sure the framing's properly, the quality, It's hard for one person to do it all on their own, right?
Right.
So using people around you to creatively come up with a better output for whatever you may be doing, whatever you may be selling, whatever you may be sharing.
Yeah.
I feel like is ideal.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I'm gonna end with this thought here. We need to get out of this. Like Rovonn is saying there, this mentality shift of scarcity mindset. We have so many people that just gatekeep for no reason. Because I feel like if I share some knowledge with you, you're going to blow up and be a millionaire, and then I'm here in the dust, right? This scarcity mindset versus saying, no, I'm going to sow into you, and I'm going to see a harvest out of that just because I helped you. But it doesn't detract from me. Right. To share what I know, and vice versa. So change this mentality where all the creativity is going to be spent if I shared it with you, and then but yeah, let's collaborate, let's network with people, let's share. I think this next wave, and I might talk about this in another episode, but this next wave of business people and entrepreneurship is going to be through small businesses lifting each other up. I think that's what we're I think that's what you and I are sensing a lot. Right. And if we build up other people, we're going to get built as well. Right. And they're going to build other people, and it's going to keep on reciprocating. Right. So
yeah, that's good. Yeah, I know. Everyone, don't be crabs in a bucket. Use each other, learn from each other. Yeah. Let's create communities. And entrepreneurs, we want to be able to be that partner to help you get to places that you may see that's not possible going on by yourself. And we thrive through that. We love helping. That's literally what we do individually, and kind of coming together to create a stronger force to help businesses do that, partnering with you to help you grow. So stay tuned for the next episode. You can find us on all social media platforms. All podcast platforms. At EntrepreNerds Podcast or EntrepreNerds Agency on social media. And yeah, just tune in. You know, we have different lives that we're planning on doing where, you know, allowing people to kind of ask us questions, help people strategize and things like that. But just stay tuned in next episode. We love you guys.
Yeah. Peace.